Latter-day Trumpet. This video is part of a series of videos in the third playlist called Books and Things. In this series, we are pleased to present summaries and information on the books written by Les Shurtleff and some personal information about him as an author and his personal life. The Cleanse by L. Norman Shurtleff. The Cleanse is a fictional novel published by Global Summit in November 2021. It is a wonderful story about a young Wyoming cowboy named Paul Jolley, growing up on a ranch outside of Casper, Wyoming. Paul's older sister dies in a horrible accident on their annual cattle roundup. Paul's father, Everett Jolley, blames himself for the accident. His depression leads to a brain aneurysm and eventually brain cancer. Everett Jolley starts using profanity incessantly because of the pain. Paul and his mother endure untold verbal abuse because of the terrible profanity. Because of this childhood abuse, Paul goes on a quest to rid the world of this hated malady. Stephen Andrews had graduated from Caltech and was now a top computer engineer for Intel Corporation in Santa Clara, California. He was a man of many secrets. The worst kept secret was that he was hopelessly in love with a beautiful college professor at the University of California Berkeley named Wendy Slater. The U.S. government had offered the Intel Corporation and also the University of California Berkeley lucrative contracts to disable a computer virus that had the whole world in an uproar. The State Department, Homeland Security, the FBI, and even the White House had made the complete elimination of the profanity virus a top priority. At Intel, the responsibility for destroying the bug had come down to Stephen Andrews and his team of engineers. Money was no object. Only a solution to the crisis was all that was acceptable. At California Berkeley, the FBI found out that Wendy Slater knew more than she was telling everyone, and she became a person of interest in the caper that was amounting to billions of dollars in illicit computer fees. A breakthrough came for Stephen Andrews that gave him a promotion and huge recognition. However, money, fame, and glory were not what he was interested in. He only cared about getting a chance to meet and date the gorgeous California Berkeley professor. Now that the virus was disabled, Wendy's life could get back to normal, or could it? Wendy Slater had been lucky and had won several awards which led to intellectual patents that were worth millions. Wendy's university had worked on this computer virus problem, and she had now become involved intensively. However, a security company from Las Vegas, owned by the local mafia, decided to relieve Wendy of her money. They kidnapped her from her own apartment and transported her back to Las Vegas. No one but Wendy had the ransom money that was needed, and she could not access her own money because it was all tied up in government bonds. Stephen Andrews knew that there was a small chance to find and liberate her, and finally have her in his life. This would be his only chance. This novel was very fun to write. It has great personal meaning to me in my own life, both emotionally and spiritually. Please have lots of fun reading The Cleanse, and even place yourself in the novel as either Paul or Wendy, and enjoy the experience.